Greetings and best wishes for a happy holiday season from all of us at 2K Sports as we get set for this NBA presentation. We'll watch the Orlando Magic in this one as they go up against the Miami Heat. Joined by Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. And we'll be getting the inside story tonight. Shams Charania is joining us at the broadcast table. Shams, it is so great to have you by our side.
Kevin, thank you so much. It's great to be here. I always love to follow the game, talk about the game. It should be a lot of fun tonight.
You'll give great insight. We can't wait to get going. A moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Terry Rozier.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
So the opening lineup for the Heat. Robinson on the wing. He's joined by Butler. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Highsmith in at the four-man position. And for the Magic, in the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Then there's Carter. And it's Bitadze in at the five, roaming the paint. And so the tip-off, it's Miami. Now here's Butler. Crafty move. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Shams, the Magic last year with their highest win total in over a decade. They were fun to watch. Had some money to spend over the summer as well.
The Magic knew they were in a good spot heading into free agency with all that cap space, and they wanted to build around the young core that landed them the fifth seed, and players actually now want to come play with Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner under Jamal Mosley, and they tried to find players that complement what they already had in place.
Players like Mosley, I mean, that future seems very bright to me.
Players want to come play in Orlando. I've had multiple players, star players, say that's a team that's building the right way.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
I had a chance to catch up with Jamal Mosley. Now, we talked about facing off against Jimmy Butler, and the coach said, you have to compete. No one in the league plays harder than Jimmy. He's a guy who gives his all on both ends, so you can't take one possession off. Jimmy Butler, truly a two-way star. Guys?
Thanks, David. And here is Butler. After Jalen Suggs made that last three-pointer.
I don't think you can get too physical with Butler because he's so smart and clever in how he gets into the defender to draw the foul.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Shooting two.
Free throw, good Butler. And we saw some players banged up down the stretch last season, Shams.
I'm told that there was a focus on maybe allowing some more flexibility in physicality. It definitely upped the intensity some, and I think that's what the fans want, but there are going to be some trade-offs, and that includes the free throw rates, that includes game time, and in the long haul, adding some more physicality and adding some more attention to detail defensively and allowing defenders to play more and defend more. That should be good for the game.
Yeah, those were good trends, I would agree. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Nifty move. Takes it inside. Can't get it to fall.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Caldwell Pope passes to Carter. From downtown, De Silva, no good. For Miami, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Highsmith. Here's Robinson. And here is Butler. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he makes good on the layup. And that ties it up. You communicate so much with NBA GMs. You talk with owners. You talk with personnel people.
Time out.
You know, knowing what they do, what is an overlooked part of how they operate their day-to-day jobs with these NBA teams?
A few things for me, Kevin. It is the relationships with agents, with other teams. Are they trusted? Do they have the trust of others? That is of importance, certainly. And how well connected are they within the organization? How are they building their own front offices in their own buildings? But their thirst for information, their ability to use information to strategize, that is something that occurs every single day. Because if you know something is happening with a specific team, that could shape how you want to strategize your team moving forward.
The Magic making a switch here. Black's checked in. Heat also with a sub. Terry Rozier's checked in for Duncan Robinson. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Suggs. Drills it from outside. Suggs has got 6 points.
You can see Suggs' confidence growing over time with every three that he makes. Keep shooting them, Jalen. Keep shooting them.
Now, Hero, a dependable source of points for his team, averages just under 24 points a game. And it's blocked. And they'll get another chance. Just 5 to shoot. Caldwell Pope against Rozier. That one's off. He starts the game with a miss.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Pass to Carter. And Rozier comes to help. Caldwell Pope outside. His three-pointers off the mark. The Heat trail by 3. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
He certainly, DA, is a two-way threat. And that one's good, Suggs. And the league continuing jobs to tweak the rules around replay review. But would you set a time limit to maybe tweak it a little bit?
Have to, right? Especially some of these games and the way they're ending. It's something to try. If you can't find a cause to really overturn in a minute or two, let's keep this game moving. I think we all love a free-flowing game.
I agree.
An aggressive mentality, always part of Jimmy Butler's game, taking it right at the defense.
Caldwell Pope kicks to Carter. Magic moving the ball around. Pass to Suggs. Offensive rebound. That one's in. His first shot this game.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Butler, a screen on Suggs. There's Hero with a 3. Good on the three-point shot.
And a legitimate threat to connect from deep. Hero doesn't lack confidence trying his luck from there.
And here is Suggs. He's got 9. Missed the shot. He's made 3 and missed 3 from the field. Hero on the wing. He's covered by Suggs. Here's Butler, and he uses the glass on the layup. 8 points for Butler.
And Butler's ball skills now pretty tight for a wing guy. He's excellent at creating for himself on offense.
Suggs against Hero. Now, here's Suggs. Defense right on him. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Drills the three-pointer. With 1 on the clock, the shot, no good. Jalen Suggs has been leading the charge for Orlando. We witnessed him delivering a series of three-pointers as he notched 3 total in the quarter. We'll return shortly. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Magic?
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Cultivating a lot of assists right now, which is beautiful to see. Love the way they're working that ball around.
And as the salary cap looks set to rise significantly, Shams, any major effects that you can anticipate?
It won't be like the year the Warriors signed KD. They're going to smooth the cap numbers, and it's not going to spike quite the same. But these numbers will continue to get eye-popping when you think about player salary, and you have to keep in mind luxury tax and the new second apron that came into play with the collective bargaining agreement, and that will play a part in how teams build, not putting yourself in a restrictive position to continue to build winning organizations.
A lot of moving parts to contend with, but boy, a lot on the horizon. Black and Harris are the guard set. Mo Wagner out there with Jonathan Isaac. And it's De Silva in at the 3 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. And it's the Heat with the ball following the bucket by Orlando. Jaquez outside. There's Hero with the 3. Good on the triple. Hero's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, a dead-eye shooter. Hero is always ready to snipe it off the feed.
Here's Black. Taking a look at the scoring numbers. Right now he averages about 9 points a game. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Tyler Hero picks one up. Hey, Shams, we know you've reported on so many big trades that did happen. Were there ever a few that were close to happening but may have fallen apart at the 11th hour?
I always wait until things are 100% confirmed, but listen, there's always a trade or two that's viewed as done but just does not happen, whether it sours, whether something falls apart. There's always one deal or two that falls apart at the trade deadline or in the offseason, but I try to wait as best I can and make sure that when I report, it is confirmed.
Outstanding. Duncan Robinson, he's checked in for the Heat. That one misses. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for Miami. Trailing by 2. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. And here's what the schedule for Orlando looks like. On Friday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the New York Knicks. And then on Sunday, they'll face off against Ben Simmons and the Brooklyn Nets.
And for their matchup with Detroit, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. As we approach the halfway mark, let's take a look at how everything in the East right now stands. You look at Orlando, they're 4th in the conference and looking to make a move the latter part of the season. And, of course, there's the Heat, a couple spots below.
Man, and looking at the Magic, This hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
Here's Black. 9 points last game. Shot from 12. And Rozier pulls it down. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Hey, Shams, for the past decade that you've been a major player in the NBA, it's been LeBron's league, it's been Curry's league. Who else is going to take over this league, you think, coming up around the corner?
Given the NBA Finals we just had, have to throw in Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, and Luka Doncic into the fold as far as faces of the NBA. But Nikola Jokic is so good. He will be one of the guys for a while. Giannis Antetokounmpo, you have to mention him as well. But ultimately, you have to also keep an eye on Victor Wembanyama, the way that Victor Wembanyama could take over the league. And already, so early, was so special. Victor Wembanyama is someone to keep an eye on.
Okay, they just passed a note down to me, our gang here. What about Anthony Edwards at Minnesota? He's another one, right? Young American player who is really making an impact.
Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker, you have to consider those two as well. And it's special, the crop of young players that we have coming up in this league. One of them is sure to emerge as this generation's, whether you want to call it Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, there will be a face out of this crop.
And we cannot wait. Well, the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting, Shams, what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
Decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes and less of a chance of super teams and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, or all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax. It's a whole nother animal now to have the second apron. And that, certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum. And we're seeing that happen to at least 1 or 2 teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? But certainly the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
It is just fascinating. Another miss by Orlando.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch. And the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
For Miami, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
The free throw drops for Jaquez. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Goga Bitadze's checked in for Wagner. Wendell Carter comes in for Isaac. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for Harris. And Jalen Suggs is subbed in for Black. The Heat also changing it up. Adebayo is checked in for Love. And it's Jimmy Butler coming in for Terry Rozier. And it's tied up with that one. Well, Shams, we appreciate you stopping by. We know you got a lot of things to do, a lot on your plate. Your phone's going bananas. It's lighting up about every 15 seconds. You go take care of that. We'll see you back here next time.
I can always make time for you guys. Kevin, appreciate you guys having me on.
Shams Charania, the best. Thank you so much. Great stuff right there from Shams, one of the most plugged-in people in the world of basketball.
Hey, I mean, if something is going down that's big news, Shams is the first to get a hold of it. He knows everybody around the NBA.
And Miami making a change here. Highsmith is checked in. Here is Carter. 11-point game his last outing. Orlando moving the ball around. Back to Suggs. There's the screen. Inside. Vitadze. The shot missing. Great D that time from Adebayo. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, the Heat are always a tough-minded bunch. Jimmy Butler says, I just think nobody cares on our team. Make or miss shots, we're going to be who we are because we're not worried about anybody else. So that's what I think it is, the I don't give a darn factor. I'm paraphrasing, Kevin. You get the picture.
I do, David. You are G-rated. Hey, thank you, D.A. And here is Suggs. After Tyler Hero hitting the three. Shot to stop the run, and he dunks it down.
The pick and roll is all about creating options. I like the decision there on the pass by Suggs.
And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
And, you know, everything seemed to just kind of flow naturally for him. Felt like they were in a groove from the opening tip. He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Suggs looking around. Connects on the foul line jumper. Suggs has got 11 points.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And a close game so far through the first two quarters as we reach halftime. Heat out front, leading by a point. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Eric Spoelstra here with us. A lot of three-pointers allowed in the first half. How do you limit that going forward?
Well, there's been some airspace issues. I mean, there are a couple easy ones where we didn't rotate over on the weak side, but we're just not making that extra effort to get to the shooters.
And we know multiple effort is a big part of what you do. Thanks, Coach. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Thanks for joining us. The story through the first half, the Miami Heat in a game so far that's been close.
Playing well on the road can be very difficult. They're doing a good job despite the challenges.
Away from home, they aren't letting the crowd get into their heads. In fact, they've looked comfortable at times. And we've got the playoff picture starting to come into focus now. So let's take a look at the Eastern Conference.
You take a look at the Heat, they've underperformed thus far, but they're still tremendous. Now comes the hard part. They've got to tinker with the team until they find that championship recipe.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. We're seeing a tremendous game from Jalen Suggs.
And if he can keep shooting from deep like he did in the first half, he's going to be more than a handful.
Yeah, you know what? The defense is going to adjust. They'll be ready for him now, so I'm sure they talked a lot about how to slow him down.
Orlando's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. In terms of defense, Greg, the Magic have taken some big steps forward.
Well, they really have. It was a focus for them last season, and it has paid off. They were the kind of team nobody wants to face, and it led to their first playoff berth since 2020.
On the court for the Heat, Robinson on the wing. He's joined by Butler. Then it's Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Highsmith in at the 4 slot. And it's Goga Bitadze with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And it's the Heat with the ball. It's a one-point game. Here's Butler, and he drives in. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
Once Butler has some speed behind him, watch out. You know he's looking to throw that thing down.
Pass to Carter. Out to the right wing. Now Suggs. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Butler. Butler hammering it home.
You know, Butler's focus on the offensive end really giving him an edge right now. When he gets locked in like that, he can be highly productive.
Now Suggs. 11 points in the game. Pass to Bitadze. Takes the 13-footer. That one, no good.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Robinson with it. Still yet to score. No good on the 3. Suggs finds Caldwell Pope. Back to Suggs. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Just 5 on the clock. With the shot. It's hauled in by the Heat.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Robinson for 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. Bitadze's got his 6th rebound on the night. To the paint. Here's Carter. And then Carter with the jam.
No margin for error that time. Big time slam from big man Carter Jr.
Outside Hero. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Robinson missing again.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Out to the right wing. Here's Suggs. And it goes for the 5th time in 10 shots for him this game. Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
A free throw drops for Suggs. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Well, the Magic last year, Clark earning the number 5 seed in the East. It was a giant step forward.
It certainly was, and I tell you what, they've got an impressive, very impressive young core. And this was the first time they made the playoffs since 2020, and now the minimum expectation is a playoff appearance, and I think they'll be able to deliver on that.
The Magic have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Well, a chance to check out some stats for Bam Adebayo.
And the past 10 games have been all about his work on the boards. He's been a different guy when it comes to rebounding. He's battling like he hadn't been earlier in the year, and it's great to see that kind of hustle.
Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Black. Carter outside. Another miss by Orlando. Hero passes to Butler. Hero with it. Working on Black. Hero no good. Orlando's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. Harris, good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here's Butler. Gary Harris making his last shot. Oh, tough play by Butler.
Easy to see why Butler gets so much respect for his competitiveness. I mean, he thrives at finishing through contact.
When it comes to players who like having fun, Greg, Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
And Houston gets it to go.
Love seeing this from Harris. I mean, proving how effective he can be as a passer.
And we'll have a timeout called by Eric Spoelstra. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Orlando making some changes. Wagner comes in for Goga Bitadze. And it's Jonathan Isaac in for Wendell Carter. .56 seconds left in the third. Pass to Love. Now, here's Rozier. That's in there. Love with the assist.
Rozier is always looking to provide some offense for his team, and he usually does.
Here's Black. He's covered by Hero. Here's Houston. Magic moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. Pass to Black. Jaquez with the rebound. For Miami, they've gone even 5 of 10 on shot attempts in the third. Outside, Hero. Outside Rozier. Hits the three-point bomb. Rozier's got 5 points in the quarter. 7 lead changes now, and we're just in the third quarter.
Yeah, frustrating for a coach, but it's great to watch as a fan.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Heat lead by 2. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Jonathan Isaac is out there with Black. Then there's Harris. Then it's Anthony, and it's Wagner in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Orlando's gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight, just a little over 40%. Pass to Anthony. To the inside, here's Isaac. It's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Hackett. Robinson kicks to Adebayo. And he comes up with the deuce. Adebayo's got the lead up to 4 now for Miami.
No hesitation from Adebayo there. Had to love seeing him taking this shot with confidence.
Anthony with it. Now defended by Adebayo. Isaac misses. The Heat have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Jaquez finds Rozier. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
Here's Black. Great defense that time from Jaquez. The Heat leading by 4. Robinson passes to Rozier. Over in the corner, Jaquez. Outside Rozier. Here's Adebayo. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Jonathan Isaac. Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer. He worked extremely hard and now arguably a top 25 player.
And he can't get the first one.
And attitude plays such a big role in Adebayo's game. This guy is a worker. Doesn't mind getting his hands dirty if it means getting his team ahead.
And Miami making a change here. Highsmith has checked in. And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
And you watch Adebayo, he really has everything you could ask for from that 4-5 position. Not a stretch big per se, and that's partly why he shoots such a high percentage.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Heat.
I'm in love with how they're moving the basketball all game long, and also their ability to move without the ball. That style just makes it so difficult to defend.
You know, the defense has given them that shot, and they've knocked it down consistently, and that's been a real key factor for them tonight.
That free throw, no good. And he can't hit the second.
Usually free throws are a formality for him. I didn't expect that result when he stepped up there.
Rozier the pass to Highsmith. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Robinson for three. Again, the miss by the Heat.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Count that one from Isaac.
Boy, nice rhythm that time. See how Isaac let it fly right off the catch? That shows you confidence in the jumper.
Rozier kicks to Adebayo. Banked in off the glass.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
Wagner, a screen on Rozier. It's stolen by Adebayo. Outside Robinson. Pass to Highsmith. And here is Rozier. Now here's Adebayo. He's defended by Wagner. Pulled the shot a little up, but the bounce goes his way. Now it's a 5-point Heat lead.
Big time from Bam. This guy's played in the finals, so Adebayo knows how to handle the pressure.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamahl Mosley. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for Miami. Hero comes in for Rozier. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
During that last break, I got a chance to hear what Jamahl Mosley said to his team. Coach is not happy with that three-point battle. He told his team, we're down because they're making more threes than us. We have to defend the line if we're not making them at the other end. Guys?
Thank you, David. Back to Carter. Pass to De Silva. Here is Carter. Now, here's Suggs. Off target from three-point range.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
We've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
Hero against Suggs. Good for his sixth make in a dozen attempts, shooting 50% with that basket.
Jalen Suggs was known for knocking down big-time hoops in college, and we're already seeing it translate here in the NBA as well. Great confidence from that young man.
Outside Robinson, pass to Hero. 5 to shoot. Butler from outside. Rebound by the Magic. Bitadze's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Now Carter. And then Carter with the dunk.
Great job by Carter Jr. to turn up his intensity and knock down the big shot. No fear there.
Here's Butler. And yep, couple bounces and it falls. And the Heat lead by 5.
And Butler not afraid of having the ball in his hands in these big moments. He's the guy that you can count on to get it done in the clutch.
And the shot goes down.
Suggs adding another big play to his resume. Incredible.
Butler against Carter. Butler, no good. Orlando's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Suggs up top. He's covered by...
Oh, man!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking that shot.
Awesome rewind, courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
Here's Butler. It's in!
No fear in Butler. Not afraid of anybody. Poise personified. Takes pride in stepping up when the game is on the line.
Hero against Suggs. Carter with the screen. Here's Caldwell Pope. And it's Carter missing. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Had to foul and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And you know what? Who knows? A few misses at the stripe, and they're right there within range. You know, late game free throws are a lot different than early game free throws in terms of making.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
And he steps up and knocks them down, making it a 2-possession game.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. 17 seconds left in the fourth. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Yeah, trying to get back in this thing, they need a score.
Yeah, and they need it hiccup fast. I mean, they'll be drawing up a quick hitter in the huddle here, no doubt.
"17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Got it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
This dude, folks, has ice in his veins when the game is tight. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 4-point ball game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
And it's Carter missing. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And so the big win by Miami in a tight game. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much, Jimmy. I know you see defenses like that all the time, but it didn't seem to slow you down.
Not really. I mean, I guess I just had it going. We started double teaming them too, you know, and then they got so many great shooters, man. It's just good to win, though. At the end of the day, we won.
Yeah, I know that's what counts, man, but congrats on the win. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, DA, thanks again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Jimmy Butler.